Okay, good afternoon people. How are we doing? How are you coping during lockdown? Well, I had some thoughts last night and I thought to myself, I haven't left myself a lot of room to do the original idea of what I was going to do here, so I'm going to do something a little different. Because at the end of the day, even though it's pot themed, I don't want it to look too contrived. So I'm going to go with trying to make it a little less contrived, a little more atmospheric. So I think I'm going to go with and I'm going to need to use my old fruit. Oh, most definitely. There's a spot. There, do you? Lovely. Little spot there. Of course, regardless of what spots I'm doing, I need a little bit of this fella. Move you out of the way so you're not in the way. So yeah, near the spot. Over you. So there we go. We're getting there. Here we go. So I'm still working on this boot, and I do need to do a little mix jump here. A little mix jump. Yeah. I'm not going to bother with any water with this because this paint is quite a new dye, so should, in theory, be running enough for what I need. We shall see. We shall definitely see. So, we have Monsieur Le But. I have some Monsieur Le Paint. I shall attempt to do something along the lines of I think they call them Dementors or something. Are they Dementors? I don't know. Something similar. Something similar to a Dementor. That's what I'm going to do. And try to Are you enjoying this glorious weather? As much as I am? I hope so. Because you know, as soon as everything goes back to normal, we're going to lose it, isn't it? If it ever goes back to normal, but yeah, we're going to lose it when it goes back to normal. And we'll lose it because we start filling the planet again with more pollution. I think everyone can appreciate right now how beautiful this weather is. And I don't think it's a far stretch to see that the lack of people travelling by air has made this glorious sunshine come from nowhere. Can anybody else remember a time when we had this much or this many days with sun shining? Yeah, could you? Can you? Anyone who's done any kind of well, most kids learn something about precipitation at school if they paid any attention, and they learn that the water evaporates and gets sucked up into the atmosphere and attaches itself to each other in the air, and that creates clouds. And then when the clouds become too heavy, that's when the rain falls. Well, water attaches itself to dust particles. That's how we end up with snow, to be quite honest. And hail is water attaches to dust particles. Dust particles get blown up into the air and rise because they're lighter than air. And when they get high enough, they freeze and come down as snow, or as hail. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that aeroplanes pump tiny particles of spent fuel into the atmosphere, and in so doing gives something for water molecules to attach to. And because there aren't so many planes in the air, well, there aren't any as a rule, there's less for the water to attach to. And we've got this beautiful weather, and that's the way I'm looking at it. And I don't think I'm far from the truth, to be quite honest. I think we are living at this present moment in time in as close to utopian air quality wise as we're ever going to get until fossil fuels run out. Now, I'm a petrol head, and I love the fact that I can, or I could, just keep building my monster machines and my bikes, my trikes, and enjoy what happens and everything. Enjoy the speed and the power of the vehicles as they are. But even I'm not fool enough to think that that kind of thing can last forever, because it can't. You know, we're coming to a stage in life where we have seriously got to think about where we go from here. I mean, I walk into the garden, I can smell the garden now. I haven't done that in years, and definitely not without it having rained first, because I love that smell. I'm sure a lot of you do love the smell of plants and trees and flowers just after the rains, because everything smells so fresh because all the shit has been washed away. But the truth is, it's us that's creating that shit. And I've walked into my garden on several occasions over the last few days, where we've had this beautiful, glorious weather. And I'm sorry, I can't remember a time when we've had so many days of sunshine in spring. Normally we'd have had a hailstorm or a thunderstorm or six. You know, you get 2 sunny days and a rainstorm in this country. That's it. End of story. That's what you get. But we haven't. We've had days and days of sunshine up here, and it's, to be quite honest, it's unheard of. Well, it's never happened in the 20 years I've lived here. This amount of glorious weather in springtime just never happened. Never ever happened. And I literally put it down to the fact that there are no planes in the sky. There are less cars on the road. You know, all you climate deniers can shout from the top of your lungs. As far as I'm concerned, this has just lost every argument you've ever had, because there isn't. You know, what is your argument? Argue against it, I dare you. Seriously. Because of this, we are living in unprecedented times. It's just, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, any argument you might have had, you've lost. This lockdown has proved without a shadow of doubt that our pollution, in my opinion, is what is causing so much global shit, global warming. All that is all caused, and it is, I swear, it's caused by us. And there isn't anything you will ever say now to convince me otherwise. Ever. You've lost any argument. But, no buts. Do you remember when we had lockdown? Do you remember the beautiful days we had during that lockdown? And if we go back to normal, I can guarantee, I will put money, pound to a penny, that we go back to what we're doing and everything else. You won't see another set of sunny days like this in our lifetime. So yeah, you've lost that argument, mate, completely. There is nothing, no argument you can come back with to say that we didn't cause global warming. No. Your argument is done. Look at that. Look at that weather out there. Your argument is completely spent, mate. But that's my whinge for today. Oh, I won't bore you with any more of that. But I will go as far to say as enjoy these sunny days. Enjoy them. If you have a garden, go out in your garden and enjoy these days. Because I promise you, when we go back to normal, when things get back to some semblance of normality, and the world goes back to burning as much fossil fuel as it can get away with, you'll not see this like again. You'll not have these days again. Yeah. I said it, you heard it here first. No, you didn't. You heard it from hundreds of people complaining. And attacking and arguing with petroleum companies and all other companies like that, polluters and whatever. And they know it too. And they haven't got a bloody leg to stand on anymore, as far as I'm concerned. And as much as I want to go back to riding my trike, and I do want to go back to riding my trike, and at some point before I snuff it, I'm going to go back to riding my trike. It's always going to be in my mind now. It's always going to be on my mind that every time I strike up my engine, I am part of the problem. Every single time. And we've got to do better. We've got to do better, because if we don't, we're not going to have it. We're going to lose it. We're going to lose it all. We are literally going to lose it all. And if you don't believe me, mark these days down in your calendar. Mark the amount of beautiful days we've had. As a youngster, you mark it down. No good me doing it. I'm not for this world any longer. No, that's wrong. At best, I've got, what, 20, 25 years left in me. And as much as I'd like to be about in a few years to say, told so, that's not going to happen. You know, there isn't anything, you cannot deny it now. If you do, you're a fool. Truly are. So yeah, mark down these days in your calendar because they're not going to return. They really aren't. I think we may have reached the best we are ever going to get at this stage in our evolution. We are witnessing unprecedented times. No doubt about that. We're literally, for some of us, witnessing end of days. For some of us, we are witnessing what could be if we just give up a few things. And for some of us, we are watching a nightmare unfold as money is tossed down the drain and over fist because they can't sell the stuff that they've been trying to peddle. To fill bank accounts that don't need any more filling, as far as I'm concerned. To give money to people that have got so much money they couldn't spend it in 10 lifetimes. Some of them couldn't spend it in 100 lifetimes. Some of them could end world hunger in a minute. And yet they're still greedy for more. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? You know what it tells me? I always thought having money was a huge responsibility. For argument's sake, if I won the lottery, and I'm not saying I will because I don't do it, but if I won the lottery, I haven't done it since this lockdown because I haven't been able to get out and do it. But if I ever won the lottery, I would take enough out of that money that my wife and I would be comfortable into our old age. I would take enough out of that money that my children were comfortable into their old age. I would see some good friends, some good brothers with a bit of a windfall because they deserved it. And then what was left, I think that would go into charity because, to be quite honest, I don't need it. What do I need that kind of money for? What possible use could that kind of money be? And there are going to be some of you that are going to be going, yeah, wait until you win it. You'll change your mind. No, I won't. Yeah. What the fuck do you need billions of pounds for? Governments need billions of pounds. Governments need billions of pounds because they are looking after the people. People don't need millions of pounds. People don't need millions of pounds. Because that's just greed. So that's my 2 penny for today, I think. I think that's enough out of turn. Don't know, maybe not. Maybe there isn't enough to be spoken out of turn on this matter. I don't know. As I said, I'm a petrol head, and I love my big engines, and I love the roar of the engine, and I love the sound of the engine. But even I know this ride can't last forever. And the people that had it best are the people before me. And the people that are going to get it worse are the people after me. You know, I don't think there's going to be any miracles yet. I think when this is all done and dusted and things do go back to normal, I think the lessons that should have been learned here and now are going to be forgotten, to be quite honest. I do. I think there will be the biggest campaign to make you forget this ever happened. It will happen. I just hope we don't. It's the old saying, isn't it? You hope for the best, you expect the worst. Worst case scenario, none of this makes any difference. Because to be quite honest, the young think they're going to live forever. And no matter how much the old tell them you're not, they're never going to believe it. Because the young are going to live forever. As you get older, the days get shorter, regardless what anyone says. You know? Us old folks, we know that. But you young folks, you ain't going to believe it until it happens to you. And by then, you'll be thinking, why didn't I know this when I was a kid? I'd have done something different. I'd have done this different. I'd have done that different. Of course, we all do it. That's life. I think we're pre-programmed in some ways to not see, to not understand. A great poet once wrote, "We live and learn, we die and forget it." And this is true. This is very true. So anyway, what do you think? I don't know if you can see that. Can you? Can you see that? What do you reckon? Coming on? Don't know. We shall see what we shall see. I like it. It suits me. Yeah, it's working for me. There we go. So yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, I think we're coming on nicely. So we shall. I think we need the other hand to finish it off. The other hand is a bit more dramatic. I just need to touch. I think we're almost there. I think we are almost there. I think we're almost going to get to touch up. Yeah. Well, what do you think? Eh? Well, that is that side of the boot. I think that's done. So I shall clean off my brushes. And call that a session. I think if I do it right, I should be able to stretch a couple of weeks out of this, maybe 10 days, we'll see. Well, maybe 8 days. Who knows? We shall see what we shall see. Well, I hope you've enjoyed what I've been doing. Sorry about the banter, but it was on my mind, and you know me, I like to talk to my little one-eyed friend over here. Not that one-eyed friend. Told you, I'm trying to give up innuendo, but it's so hard. So terribly, terribly hard. Be good to each other.